Hello, this is Grimweird, and as always, my lovely avatar, Zombie Steve, is with us. Um, Welcome back to the Enigmatica 2 expert playthrough that I'm doing and filming for my own posterity, so I can watch it back a few years from now and go, "Oh, I remember doing this." And if you are watching along, great, I hope you're enjoying it. I know I'm not the most expert at modded Minecraft, nor at narrating YouTube and editing YouTube videos, so I appreciate your patience, and I hope you're learning some things or enjoying this. So one of the things I mentioned a couple episodes ago was that while I was looking around for Thaumcraft crystals, I just wandered into this cave, and I heard what sounded like a merchant, or a villager, I mean, which seemed really odd. So I looked around a bit. I found a spider spawner, and what appeared to me maybe even a couple of things. I can hear the guy again. A couple of dungeons down here, and I said we were going to go attack a dungeon and try and grab a spawner. We even made some cardboard boxes so that we could grab a spawner and set up a mob farm somewhere. But then I kept getting sidetracked on other things, so we haven't done that yet. But I figured, last one was sort of a crafting kind of episode. So maybe we'll do something a bit more exciting this episode and see if we can't look at some new things. Those of you that are familiar with Biomes O'Plenty probably know what this guy is that I'm looking for here. But I don't. So it looks like some safari guy hanging out in a dungeon. So let's go see what's going on. An archaeologist. All right. Let's talk to him. He will give me bones. Or give me emeralds. Oh, that hat's pretty styling. I like that hat. But on the whole, this is not too exciting. But it is interesting, and it's cool flavor to see that kind of stuff in here. So I'm still learning to love Biomes O'Plenty. So right in there is where the spider spawner was, and since I don't really think I need to farm spiders, I just charged it and broke it, knowing that I could probably turn it into something else when I get to Ender.io, or some other mod like that. I think this is just fallen stuff down here. I don't think there's anything up here, but let's go look. No. So this may have just been boring. I sort of like mossy cobblestone for accent when I build things, so I'm going to vein mine that. It also gives me a chance to just look around and see if there's anything else here that I need. Like some more tin. To turn on my light level monitors just to make sure that I'm getting things lit up. Alright, but I think there was also another potential dungeon, or at least spawner, over here somewhere. And if not, we will jump cut and I'll run back out to that one that we found on our way to the Great White North. That was definitely actually a little dungeon. It was down here. There's definitely some stuff going on down there. I like picking up these blue cave roots for blue dye, because I don't think I have another easy source of blue dye other than using up my lapis, which I have plenty of other things I want to be spending lapis on. Let's take a look at the map. I'm trying to think where that other room was down here. I should have marked it, but I was getting out of the way. Alright, let's just look around a bit more. There seemed to be a lot of monster activity, and I saw some cobblestone, so there was definitely at least another room here somewhere. I don't think I have a lot of nickel, so I'm going to go ahead and grab that while I'm here. I still like doing this every once in a while just because it reminds me of the old school. I mean, this was what Minecraft was about back when I started playing it. Get some light behind me. We didn't have fancy things like this light monitor, I don't think, back then, but sometimes it's easier. I mean, sometimes it is nice to have some conveniences, even if it does make some things a little too easy, like knowing if you've got enough torches out. Alright, well, maybe we'll get lucky and find some green crystal. Whoa! My pickaxe is getting a little too fast. Doing some scary vein miner things. I'm going to have to get better at tapping instead of pushing the key. Let's see, what else we got here? I know there was one around here somewhere. Tell you what, we'll look around just a few more minutes, and if I can't find it, then I will pause, do some exploration, and then we'll come back when I find something interesting to attack. Definitely can use more lapis. I need to get up to Fortune 3 on my hammer. Some very extensive caves down here. So usually it's fairly easy to find spawners because you just look for where all the monsters are. So we will grab this gold and we will grab some of the iron that's around here and nickel because I don't have too much nickel yet. And I need a bunch of osmium too, so we'll just grab some of this real quick. Then we will take a quick look at the red spots on the map. Alright, what's going on? So I think it was back over here somewhere, so we need to head back in that direction. Must have something to do with the biomes I'm in because I'm getting lots of the air crystals, the yellow ones. Alright, so Stoneling. Saw one of these earlier and I had to look them up and see what they are. Stoneling, possibly holding a diamond or an emerald, but I tried to chase one before and it just ran off, and so I'm not going to worry about it too much. In case somebody hasn't seen one before, we'll turn this off. So it's just a little stone dude holding up an emerald above his head. And apparently if you sneak up on them and hit them, you can get the emerald, which seems sort of mean since they're sort of nice. They make a funny sound when they run off. Hey, we finally caught up to some monsters. Alright, well, I could get lost for an hour down here looking around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the recording, and I will start it back up when I either find that dungeon or get attacked by something really interesting. See you in a bit. So for those of you not used to the Astral Sorcery mod, on the vaguely interesting side, we got that resonating wand that's in my offhand last time, and I put it in my offhand just so I could be, so I don't forget about it, and we'll actually search around without really thinking. And so I did notice as I was running down this hallway some little white things indicating that there's a rock crystal down there. So I hit some coal to give me an entryway down here, and we'll hit some of this, and it's usually right down at bedrock in the like 4 to 6 range. So we'll see if we can go get down to that without hitting some lava or other problems. Might as well, since we're down here. Now again, I'm not too familiar with Astral Sorcery, so I don't know how many of these things we actually even need. But I figure I'm not doing anything too important right at the moment, so might as well see if we can get down here to it. And we're at y equals 6, so fortunately it looks like it stops right when you get down near it. Oh, and what a lovely time for my pickaxe to need repairing. So we shall do that real quick. And then back at it. Grab some of that while we're down here. Keep a line of retreat open just in case. And there's bedrock, so I think we've moved past it. So break out the hammer, and there it is. Boom. And the hammer has looting on it, so we will go ahead and boom, do that. And we got 4 more. Oh, and there's 2 of them again. I did play around on a couple worlds before starting, just to, see what this mod pack was about, and see what a lot of these mods that I'd never used before was about. And so I have tracked these down and got them. But they usually only gave 3 when I didn't have looting. So I'm happy to be getting more. To be honest, I have no idea how many we're going to actually need. I think there's ways to purify them and make them better, and you incorporate them into your homegrown temples, and I think there's all sorts of stuff going on there. So I'll have to read up on that when we get further down the road. Alright, so that was exciting. And I will pause recording here again, and I will continue to look for something interesting and check how the runtime on this video is doing. And again, I'd sort of like to find that dungeon and grab a spawner. That was sort of the real mission here. And to check out the dude, but the dude turned out to be not too exciting. Alright, so I will pause and be back shortly. Alright, like any good Minecrafter, if I can't find my way there through the caverns, I'll cut my way there. So I found some straight lines on the map that look like the old railway ones that I'm familiar with. And sure enough, I cut my way to them, and we got some of these abandoned railroad track, mining cart track things going on. So we're going to leap down here. I hear skeletons nearby. Throw out some torches. I don't have great armor, which wouldn't normally be a problem coming in these in the old vanilla that I'm used to. However, some of these skeletons and zombies might have a whole heck of a lot of armor on them, which means they'll be a little harder to kill than I'm used to. So we'll just take this a little bit slow and careful. I don't think I need any cave spider farming. So what I'm really hoping to find here is like a skeleton and or zombie spawner to cardboard up and take back and make a farm out of. And there's a guy. And he did have a lot of armor, but my sword's actually getting sort of good, so that's nice. Got an emerald one. It's attack 13, so that's not too bad at all. He was looking like he was in that nano suit armor, which wouldn't mind get some of that, but the upgrade to that, the flux infused armor, it's like gold with red trim. That stuff seemed pretty good. I played around a bit with that in creative mode, I think it was, but it seemed really nice. Because the nano suit, I don't think you can put enchantments on it. Whereas the upgrade to it, the flux infused stuff, you can, and so that was lovely. And I'm afraid we're going to get cave spider spawners down here and not a lot else, which I can see we got a lot of webs up there, so that's probably what we're going to run into. Hey, green crystals. It's all worth it. Now we can get Thaumcraft running. So I'm probably going to avoid the spiders for right now just because cave spiders are annoying. And I don't think I need them for anything. And try and look for concentrations of zombies and or skeletons. So down there we're probably talking spiders. So it looks like we want to be sort of heading westward in general. Joy. Cave spiders. Well, I guess one thing to keep in mind is that Ender.io lets you change some of the stuff up. So I can always just come up in here and break this. Assuming I don't die. I think the reason that went okay because I think I have an antidote charm on me. But I should keep an eye open for that and make sure that it is not about to die out. Let's pause a moment. Antidote Charm, yeah, and it took a divot out of my Antidote Charm. So that's why that wasn't as bad as it could have been. Pick up some string here. Oh hey, I think I can vein mine that. Yes, I can. Nice. That is a huge improvement over the old days without vein miner. And how am I doing on torches? I got 2 stacks left. We're good. I'm hearing a lot of zombie action, so maybe we'll get lucky. Maybe there's a zombie spawner around here somewhere. And that's more cave spiders. Hey, there's a zombie. Hey, back up to 30th level for enchantment buying purposes. Whoa, death from above. Death from below. This guy's got the flux armor I'm looking for. Need to back up and reassess. Things were coming at me from too many directions there. Run over here, grab some tracks. Vein mining those is sort of nice too. Have a toasted western sandwich. Sandwich. Alright, health is back up. Torches are down. Charged Certus quartz is collected. Time for round 2. Oh, we've wandered into maybe a ravine? Is that what's going on here? This kind of stone looks promising. Yeah, we got another spawner here maybe. Where am I? Here. Let's take a peek in here. Get some, Enderman. Get it, come on. Huh. Gosh, the noise those things make is horrible. So that sounds like so many zombies that we have got to be near a zombie spawner, which is great, because that's what we came here for. Buckets. Another air charm. We're going to toggle that off so I don't freak myself out. Unfortunately, we found this thing at a point where it's there are so many there, it might get nasty trying to approach. So let me think about this a moment. Usually I like to approach these from above, not from below, so that I can drop down on them or shoot some arrows or get a little organized. So maybe we dig our path up. Oh, here's an actual path in. Creepers, yay! Sounds like an awful mess of bad guys up there. Maybe we will pillar on up and see what we see. I don't hear a lot of skeletons. The spawner might be over in this room. I saw a puff of smoke. That is usually what it looks like when close that off so nothing jumps on me from behind. And we're in business. Hello, boys. So many of them, I can't even hit them. There we go. So as soon as we get a lull in the action here, I'll run over and cardboard up that spawner, if we get a lull in the action. Oops. Okay, so it just spawned, so... Come on. Oops, I missed. Here we go. Oops. Back up. Go away. Leave me alone. Alright, alright. Did we get them all? Grab this loot real quick, make some room. So we got a spawner, so mission accomplished. Wasn't too horribly terrible. Oh, I picked up grass with one of the with one of my crates. That's not what I wanted to do. Where are my other backpacks? I must have put them in here. Yo, dog, we heard you like backpacks, so we got backpacks in your backpacks. Alright, there, now we got a little room to maneuver. What the heck is that? An ancient tome. Oh, that's sort of, I think, one of those enchantment books. Now the question is there another one here? And if so, do I want to try and get it? I don't think so. I don't hear more stuff going on. So maybe we'll just call it right here, call it an episode, and I will teleport back to base and set this up, create a little room for using this as sort of a monster farm. I don't have a lot of high-tech business to be doing with the monster farm. Like, you know, mob slaughtering machines and vector plates and all that kind of fancy stuff that I think is available now. Back in the old day, you just used to make a dark room and make a bunch of water channels that would push them all towards a long fall, and then they would fall down and die, and you'd have another water channel that pushed everything into a hopper. So that's what I think of when I think of monster farms. I know that's now an old vanilla low-tech way of farming monsters, and that there are much better and more complicated ways to do it. But I'm going to go ahead and steal some of this mossy cobble to use for accent pieces later. And also so that I can tell at a glance that I've been in here, because it is wrecked. And so yeah, I think that's going to cut it for this episode. So next episode we will play with a monster farm. I'll set something up and we can take a look at it and see how it works. I'm not too worried about cave spiders and rails, so I may leave the rest of this complex for now and then come back later if I get bored. So off we go. Yoink. Mission accomplished. We have a zombie spawner. Oh, I remember I kept stalling and I couldn't remember why, and the reason why is I wanted to check and see if we got any stuff drops from those monsters. So I do have my sword hooked up to this chest. You can see all the stuff that monsters tend to drop is in here. So we did pick up some nanosuit leggings and nanosuit boots, some ironwood helm, mana steel boots, and mana weave robe bottom. So that's the kind of stuff we're going to be looking for. We're going to set up a very crude monster farm and let it go and go and go, and hopefully get some decent pieces of armor that we can start enchanting. I don't yet have a charge pad or an energizer or something to charge some of this armor with, but we'll get there, so might as well start accumulating the armor now. So until next time, thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you later.